Okay, so I wanted to do a quick review of this blog post. If you're watching this, you're either my mother or an oil and gas accountant. So if you fall in one of those two groups, I hope this gets you excited. What I wanted to do, so I am the founder and CEO of Joltly, and one of the products that Joltly is often compared with is Openinvoice. And so I'm going to kind of go through and break down like what some of the key differences are and why those are important to you in terms of what you are doing for the oil and gas accounting space, specifically with accounts payable. And so the main criteria that I talk about in this blog is we talk about price, user experience, payments, users, and vendors. Though when I'm talking to customers, those are the main things that they're focused on. And so I wanted to kind of go through and point out some of the key differences between Joltly and Openinvoice. I recognize that I'm biased because I'm the founder of Joltly, but I'm going to do the best I can to kind of recognize the pros and cons of each product. So starting with Joltly, from the beginning, we've striven to have really transparent pricing. And so you'll always see it on the front page of our website. Our pricing is strictly based off of how many invoices you're processing each month, and that will determine what your monthly SaaS fee is with us. And then if you choose to do payments as well, there's also going to be a small fee for an ACH payment or a check payment. Openinvoice, their minimum starting price is going to be around $1,000 a month, but most of the operators I talk to are paying 5 to 6 figures a year for that Openinvoice contract. So this is kind of like the form you sign up and you go and you set up a call with one of their sales reps. As far as user experience, Joltly was made to be extremely user-friendly. So this is kind of a look at like what the dashboard looks like. And so you'll see you have an inbox where all your invoices will get sent to. And because we're in this video, I actually want to go through, kind of show what that looks like. So you'll be able to see your vendor and the invoice number when it's due, the status of that invoice, where that payment is going to, and any approvers associated with that invoice. So this is all really important when you're thinking about, okay, like we have our invoice, this invoice is for X amount of dollars, who needs to approve that invoice in order for it to get scheduled for payment? So that's another important piece. Openinvoice, they're going to have a similar workflow. In my opinion, their user experience is a little bit more outdated, but it's effective. It's used by currently the majority of large operators who are processing a large amount of invoice are currently on Openinvoice and are using this workflow. So it works. Like you're not going to run into any problems there with the software working. It's just a matter of like how effectively does it work for your business and how much time does it save you. Another key component is Joltly is going to have payments, and those payments are going to be scheduled through the platform itself. And so as you're selecting your vendor, you'll select which bank account you want that money to pull from and how you want to pay that vendor. So this is some dummy data that I put into the account. You'll be able to see, okay, this is the routing number, this is the account number, this is where the money's going, and we will facilitate that ACH payment for you. We use 2 partners for that. So if you're doing an ACH payment, we use a company called Plaid, and they are a SOC 2 certified, all their information is encrypted, and they allow banks to communicate with each other. And so that's where we're able to get involved with the payment and make that process easier. If you're doing a check, the company we use is a company called CheckKeeper. They're also SOC 2 certified, and they will mail the checks on your behalf, so you don't even have to touch any paper. And all that takes place once the payment has been processed, coded out, scheduled, approved for payment, paid. Openinvoice, as far as I'm aware, they do not have any payment capability from their platform. Customers generally need to upload their invoices into their banking system, and then they'll process the payments externally. Joltly allows you to process the payments externally. You would just click on paid off platform, and then it would import it into whatever accounting system you're using. As far as users, you can have unlimited users at no extra cost, charging we're only charging based on the volume of invoices, so we try to keep it really, really simple. Openinvoice, they're going to charge you based on the number of users that you have, and then they're also going to charge you based on the volume that you're doing. Vendors, Joltly, whenever you're entering in vendor information, you'll provide the vendor's email address. So if you choose to make payments with Joltly, the vendor will be notified via email with a remittance that payment has gone out. Openinvoice, I'm assuming they have something similar. Their vendor network is one of their features that's valued by a lot of operators because it allows vendors to upload the invoice for them. At Joltly, we use AI to do a lot of the invoice processing and coding, but if you want your vendor to do it, that's something that Openinvoice does allow you to do. And so I think, like, big picture, the main takeaways that I think are important for you to have are that, like, Openinvoice, it's an effective platform. It's generally referred to as really expensive for a lot of its customers. Joltly's newer. We are a startup. Our pricing is transparent, and we do a really effective job of using the most modern technologies to automate your bill pay process. If I was an accountant watching this video, what I would say is, like, talk to both of us. Give me a call on the website. You see a place to book a meeting. We can schedule a call and see if it's a good fit. And if it's not, like, please go look at Openinvoice and see it. They have a great product too. In my opinion, Joltly does the best job of giving you a really good user experience combined with transparent pricing, and also using some really cool stuff with AI to streamline your workflows. And so I would say just talk to both of us. If you're comparing the two, talk to one of their sales reps, talk to us, and we can see if it's a good fit.